Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which means it is once again time for one of our weekly viewer specials. For those of you who might not know, who might be new to the channel, new to the series, or just haven't watched one of these before, every week on Monday, I like to showcase games from you all, the viewers, just so that we can see what all cool decks and strategies you're all cooking up, and the awesome games that you're all playing. I really like taking this opportunity to feature other, people's games, because I think it's really important for us to be watching other people play, right? Like, obviously you're already watching me play on YouTube, and I'm sure you probably have other YouTubers you watch, but the more different people you can watch play, the more different experiences you can observe and learn from, the better we can all improve. Plus, it's a really nice opportunity for all of us to kind of like come together and be like, hey, your deck is cool, or like, you played that game so well, I see a lot of that in the Discord, and that's pretty awesome. I really appreciate that. If you want to get in on this and submit your game for the viewer special, you're going to want to go to the description below, where in the description there is an invite link to that Discord server, the Hexlexplex. Underneath the Master Duel section, there's a channel called Viewer Special Submissions, and from there you can submit your 9-digit player ID, so that way I can view your publicly saved replays. Please do make sure that you are entering these 9 numbers correctly, and that your replays are set to public. Those are definitely the two things that stop me from seeing the most replays. So in that channel, if you want to leave also like a little blurb about your game, like I played this deck versus this deck, that alone is like very helpful information. But if you want to go into more detail, that is also very helpful. Also, if you can submit multiple different replays, that's totally cool. Just make sure that you're leaving information so I know which games you want me to watch. That can be your opponent's name, the date and time, if you want to leave a screenshot. That is all good there. All right, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. Why don't we start taking a look at some of these games? Okay, our first game comes to us from Super Dark Aqua, who has a deck that I am personally interested in trying out. So that's why this is one of the first ones I wanted to watch for today. So, yeah, Aqua's on Orcust Snake Eye. The main thing that I need to build this deck is I just need to craft some gear sues. But I'm also, since we have a pack that's probably coming out within the next couple of days, I really want to make sure that I have my UR craft points set aside for anything I want there first. But honestly, once I get all the URs I need from the new pack, and if I still have a good amount left, I'm probably just going to craft 2 of these gear suits, if not a full playset. Probably going to start with 2, and try out Snake Eye Orcust and some other Orcust variants. Ever since the Mermaid and Goblin have become unbanned, I really want to try this engine in more decks, and it does seem to be a pretty natural fit with the Snake Eye engine. Looks like our opponent for this game is going to be on Tenpai. A pretty standard looking Tenpai list from the opponent. Let's go ahead and check this game out. Yeah, I think Snake Eye is probably one of the best homes for this sort of, like, Orcust package, outside of, like, a 60-card pile deck, right? Okay, so our opponent has selected to go second, so we have some kind of indication that they are going to be playing Tenpai, or Ancient Gear, or maybe another going second deck. Leading with a Cashier Unicorn, which our opponent is going to hit with the Effect Veiler. We love to see that, especially in the hand where we have Snake Eye Ash. I imagine we're going to follow up by... Oh, we're going to go for the OSS first. Okay. Seeing if they have an Ash Blossom, possibly. Alright, so we're going for the Oak and then normal summoning Ash to add the Poplar. Poplar effect here can special itself, and then we can add the Subversion. I was going to say, I don't think... Are we on the Temple? I don't remember seeing it, but... Alright, so we're going into the Link Revo next, using the Poplar. Poplar effect can, of course, put itself into the Spell Trap Zone. From there, we're going to Oak effect, sack itself and the Poplar to pull the Flamberge out of our deck. Keep in mind, too, that we can still use Oak's effect later in the turn. It kind of doesn't matter, like, if you're going uninterrupted. If your opponent is, like, not interrupting your main Seigai combo, it kind of doesn't matter when you summon Oak. As long as you do summon it at some point during the turn there. Alright, so now we get to go into the Prom Princess. Prom Princess activating here, bringing back the Flamberge. From there, Flamberge F can place the IP into the Spell Trap. Going into our link for... Oh, no, we're going into the Nightmare Phoenix. Oh, is this how we're pivoting into the Orcust combo? Oh, duh, that makes sense. Yeah, you go into Nightmare Phoenix, and that lets you go into Nightmare Mermaid. Or you can go into Nightmare Goblin here, too, either way, but... I was, like, a little confused when I saw Nightmare Phoenix. I was like, wait, they don't have a Spell Trap card. And I was like, oh, well, it does have Nightmare in the name. Alright, so we get to go into our Orcust line here. Galatea coming down, milling the Harp Horror. Harp Horror F. Or no, Galatea doesn't mill the Harp Horror, right? No, she sets when we shuffle a Banished Machine into the yard. Right. Yeah, I'm still a little new to the Orcust line myself. Oh, we're sinking. Right, because Girsu is a tuner. I always forget that, which means it's actually not that difficult for us to go into the Boar Load here now, is it? It's funny because a lot of Snake Eye variants going into the Boar Load is like a little bit win more, but nah, here it's totally fine. Alright, so this is Dingiris here, right? Yep. Attaching the banished one, yep, and then we're passing. Alright. So do we have the... Hang on, do we have the Symbol Skeleton? No, okay, I didn't think I saw the Symbol Skeleton. Okay, so, yeah, so if we had the Symbol Skeleton in the yard, I think we would have wanted to have sent the Ding. That way we could bring it back during the opponent's turn. Right? Isn't that how that works? I'm still very new to Orcust strategies in general myself, so... Alright, opponent going for the Sangen Summoning. We're going to Flambridge for the IP here, and then I imagine we're going into the SP to banish that field spell. Oh yeah, okay, so we link off the Ding. And that's how we get it into the yard. And then SP is going to banish the field spell. Oh, okay, so Orcust Nightmare can send to the Symbol Skeleton. Of course, because they're all quick effects now. Right. Yeah, okay. I knew I was missing something there. Okay, we get to Ash Blossom the Pydra. Still have our Omni Negate on the Boar Load, by the way. Symbol Skeleton coming down here. We're going to bring back the Dingirisu. And then Dingirisu's effect will activate. We can send the Pydra to the graveyard. And then just for good measure, we're going to Harp Horror during the end phase. Do a little bit of deck thinning. That's awesome. Alright, yeah, and that's it. We got Lethal on board. So that is a very, very good example of how the Orcust line plays directly into the Snake Eye line, which that's really, really cool. I have also heard about people doing another way in which these lines can potentially intersect, because in this case we started with Snake Eye and that led us into Orcust, but where was it here? It was when we synced for Boar Load. Yeah, when we had both Girsu and Harp Horror on the field at the same time when we synced for Boar Load. I've also seen builds that play Infernal Flame Banshee, because if you get these two out doing Orcust plays, then you could go into Banshee, detach, add Poplar, and then boom, you can go, excuse me, into Snake Eye plays from there. Which is another way in which these two engines can potentially intersect, which is really, really cool. So thank you very much, Aqua, for demonstrating the synergy these two decks have with one another. But let's go ahead and take a look at some more games now. Alright, so our next game comes to us from CR7Goat, aka MBR, over on the Discord server, who says, let me actually pull up the message here, who says, "Hi, love from Iraq, I love your content. There are 2 replays of Math Lab." First of all, that's really, really cool. I didn't know, like, I should look at my analytics more often, but it's so cool that you're watching from all the way over in Iraq. There's like that's so cool. Every now and then I do dip in there and see like a couple people watching from countries I never would expect. So thank you very much for supporting the content there. All right. So when I heard Math Lab, I was like, Mathmech Labyrinth? But that's not quite what's going on here. This is the build, and by math, we mean the Simultaneous Equation Cannon. I had to check these games out because I've not actually seen somebody resolve these before. And if you take a look at our extra deck, it looks really, really weird at first, but then you see why that we have the Equation Cannon here. I imagine, like, because we can incidentally run Hugin, that might be why we're on these runic spells. Either way, I think this build is sick. I want to see this in action. Alright, Alright, so let's check out this game here against Yubel. That's what looks like our opponent's on here. Yeah, they're on Yubel. Ooh, Royal Cross out. Card Destruction, Yubel's a little... That's an interesting choice. Alright. Let's check this out. Math Lab. Yeah, again, I thought Mathmech Labyrinth, and I was like, how? I guess Superfactorial is a normal trap card, but... Nah, we're gonna be doing actual math here. I will say, for a deck called Mathmech, that really is like first grade math you do in that deck. This is math. Alright, so we have the Equation Cannon set. Actually, this was a phenomenal turn one. Holy, we don't just have the Equation Cannon, we have one of each Welcome and a Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. That is an insane opening from Lab. Alright, opponent's going to start with opening the Spirit Gates, grabbing the Dark Beckoning Beast, following up with a Nightmare Throne. We're going to chain Welcome Lab to that. Opponent's going to chain Max C to our Welcome Lab. We didn't chain Big Welcome. I was wondering if we would or not. That feels really obvious to me, but I'm also not a very good Labyrinth player, so I was... If the play feels obvious to me, I'm a little hesitant to say if it's the right one or not. I mean, I feel like Labyrinth, this feels like the kind of deck, especially with the back rows we have, where, like, we don't really care that much about giving our opponent one extra draw here, right? Like, we have 2 board wipes. The Simultaneous Cannon's board wipes, isn't it? Banish all cards they control. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so, okay, here's the Simultaneous Equation Cannon. Okay, so... For those who don't know what this card does, by the way, banish a fusion monster and 2 Xyz monsters, the same rank from your extra deck, whose combined level and ranks equal to total number of cards in both players' hands and on the field. Then you can apply this effect. Return 2 of the banished monsters to the extra deck, 1 Xyz, 1 fusion, whose combined level and rank equal to the level rank of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, then banish all cards they control. Okay, so we banished a rank 7, 2 rank 7s, and then a level 3. For a total of 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep. So then after that, we... Yep, and then we do 7 plus 3, and that equals 10. Simultaneous Equation Cannon indeed! You know, that was really easy to reverse engineer, but I would not trust myself to be able to figure that out. I think the real test is how long you spend on the in-game timer figuring that out. I would probably time out playing this deck for that reason. Alright, end phase, we're going to activate the Big Welcome here. You know, the Max C draw really does not matter at all, especially if you just do it during the end phase, right? I mean, I guess it could still be a hand trap, but... Outside of, like, Ash Blossom, who really cares if they get a hand trap, right? Alright, so we're going to try to Gruesome Grave Squirmer. We've got the Lady Lab. They're chaining Phantom of Yubel. Okay, so they're gonna get to summon the Grave Squirmer, but they don't have anything to pop. I was gonna say they might be able to summon level 11, but yeah, that's not how the chain links play out. Because Grave Squirmer isn't a second effect to destroy, it's a and then, so. Alright, battling over the Grave Squirmer, of course we don't want to attack into the Yubel. We're actually making one of our rank 4s, the number 85 Crazy Box! Oh my god, we're going gambling, rolling a 1 that's gonna have our life points! Oh no! What are the other effects on this? Hang on, let me pause real quick. What are the other effects on this? Have your life points, draw 1 card, your opponent discards 1 card, negate the effects of 1 face-up card in the field until the end of this turn, destroy 1 card in the field. Okay, so 1 and 6 are like the really bad results. 4 is a pretty mid result in the grand scheme of things. We want 2, 3, or 5. Interesting. Okay. Alright, opponent is bringing back their Spirit of Yubel. Oh, they did that with Grave Squirmer, okay. And then we're going to activate another Simultaneous Equation Cannon. Time to do more math. Alright, so we got 5, 5, 5 for a total of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. And then 10, 5, 5. Yep, that checks out. The math checks out. You know, it's not that difficult, actually. I feel like the other cannon's card, I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I feel like that is a harder math problem to solve. This one doesn't feel so bad. But again, that's really easy for me to say when, like, you're already solving it and then I'm just reverse engineering it. So that was really good. Thank you. Thank you very much for showing that deck off. Very nice. All right, we got time for one more. Let's finish off with that one. All right, our last game comes to us from Super Nerd Daniel. What's up, Daniel? We are going to be taking a look at a Yubel game. I think it's this one down here. Yes, a 7-turn, very nice back and forth Yubel game. For our build here, ooh, we're playing all the Yubel stuff. We've got the Geist Grinder Golem. We've got the Mature Chronicle. That's cool. Yeah, I know that you like to play a bit more of a like dedicated Yubel deck. We got the Eternal Favorite as well as the Loving Defender as well. So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we got that, and it looks like we are up against Voiceless Voice. I believe it is a yes, it's the Melodious variant of Voiceless Voice in particular. So. Yeah, this is from December 1st, I think the date was. They still have the Prod of Prosperity in here. I actually totally forgot this card was banned, and honestly, good riddance. That person had a royal copy. They probably were not as enthused, but nah, it's all good. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on in. 7-turn game. So, like I said, going to be a pretty good back and forth here. Let's see what we got. All right, we're taking the first turn. Hand's not bad. We are a little reliant on the Nightmare Throne resolving, but if they Ash Blossom, I suppose we do also have triple attack. Very nice Royal Dark Beckoning Beast, but ooh, gonna get hit with the Imperm. That's a little bit rough, so alas, yeah, no effect for us. We can still do the Nightmare Pain, though. Yep, Nightmare Pain effect we're going to pop in order to add the Spirit. And then we're going to make Phantom, I see. Okay, setting Imperm and then passing over to our opponent. So, even though we didn't get to do like a full combo, we still have 2 forms of negation as well as a Max C. Feeling pretty good about that. And there is that very much banned Pot of Prosperity resolving there. Ooh, I see a couple of really good ads for them. But yeah, I imagine they were going to take the Ostinato. Ostinato? Ostentation? Someone actually told me how to pronounce that in a comment. I, of course, completely forgot. So... that's my bad. Alright. They have a call by for our Max C. Fine. So, you know, we're playing an actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh, I suppose. Nah. I mean, I make that joke, but that's not to discredit any game that's won when Max C is resolved. I mean, yeah, sometimes you just resolve Max C on their turn 1, they can't do anything, but that's not to say that any game in which Max C is resolved is automatically skillless. I think that's a very, not accurate blanket description to give. Anyway, Spirit of Yubel bringing out the regular Yubel from the deck. We are going to Imperm their Diviner of the Herald, so that way they can't start sending stuff and, yeah, getting plays online or something. I've lost my train of thought there for well, oh, because I was thinking about the Trias. Oh my god, hang on. If we go into the Pot of Prosperity reveals, we can pull the name here. Trias Hierarchia. This is actually one of the scarier parts of the Herald, the Diviner of the Herald to me, is when they can dodge the negate, like the Imperm, and then not only that, but then they get the second effect here. But we also saw that revealed off of Prosperity, so we know it's not just in their hand. I hate that card. I hate when I go to negate going to negate the Diviner is always so like anxiety inducing for me because of that card. I'm like, please don't have it, please don't have it, please don't have it. Because honestly, I feel like if they respond to your Imperm on the Diviner with the Trias, you in a lot of situations you kind of just like lose on the spot. At least that's how it feels to me. Osprey sounds a lot of royals, don't they? Blinged out Voiceless Voice deck here. Going for the other continuous spell, the Blessing. Alright, we're linking off Baka and Diviner to make Cross Sheep. Okay. What is the Ritual Summon effect of this card? Draw 2, then discard 2. Does it have a Pendulum effect? No, it doesn't. Okay. I knew it had a Ritual effect, I just couldn't... you never see it resolved. Okay, our opponent isn't doing it here. They could have done it, though, right? Because they did special summon... I guess maybe they just didn't want to. Which would be understandable. Alright, going for Exceed the Pendulum now. Our Pentascale is fully established. Blessing F, we're going to add back the prayers. That's quite a turn from our opponent here. Holy. Who would win? A bunch of big Pendulum and Ritual boards? Or a big Pendulum and Ritual board, or one Yubel? That's kind of where we're at right now. But at the same time, our opponent can't really do a lot against this like one Yubel here. Yeah, they have to pass. Otherwise, they just lose if they battle into it. Okay, so they're ending on the Dynamundo here. Yeah, unfortunately, without the Nightmare Pain, we can't crash into them and deal damage. They have to battle into us. We're summoning the Terra Incarnate, and we're actually getting the board wipe effect off. That's awesome. That actually really matters sometimes. It's funny, because back when Yubel, like, very first came out, it didn't have any amount of dedicated support to it, and really was not a good deck at all. But going into Terra Incarnate was, like, the reason to play a Yubel deck, because a board wipe every end phase back in GX era was, like, a really powerful effect, but ultimately, what ended up happening a lot of the time, at least I remember trying Yubel once back in the day, and trying to, you know, throw a list together, but it was just too many hurdles to jump through to get an effect that was honestly pretty easy to play around. And also, again, you gotta realize this was pre-Nightmare Pain, so your opponent would have to battle into you in order to be able to reflect it, like our opponent's doing right now, actually. They'd have to battle into you to get the damage reflected back, so. Alright, we're finding the Mature Chronicle here. Summoning the Phantom of Yubel. And that summon is going to get negated, but that does let us proc our triple attack and draw a couple of cards here. That's going to find a couple of interesting cards. Super Poly and Eternal Favor. We're setting both before getting to wipe the board yet again and passing. Alright, Low coming down, placing the Radiance this time. That's probably their last target. Interesting, they shuffled back the Ritual spell. Oh, because they had Saphira in the yard, of course, yeah. Alright, we're tributing the Low, bringing out a Skullguard, or no, a Sorvis. Oh, right, because we don't have Skullguard in our hand, right? Now we do. Alright. Pendulum summoning. Oh, we do have stuff in the extra deck, okay, yeah. Oh, right, and the effect monster Sorvis in the hand, of course. And then this is how we summon Skull Guardian. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it looks like a scary board state to be in, but there is an out that we have. It's a pretty good one, too. It's also funny how our opponent is just not able to out just a Yubel monster. Like, just one lone chilling little Yubel monster. Okay, we're going for it now. We're going to Super Poly, fuse away the whole board, and go for the Loving Defender forever. She's going to activate here, burning for 500. We also get to activate the Nightmare Throne effect. Our opponent's going to use Prayers effect, which is actually not probably what they want to do here, because we're about to start reflecting a bunch of battle damage if they have a monster on the field, right? Especially one that big. The Loving Defender Forever does not need the Nightmare Pain to be on the field to inflict, yeah, battle damage to your opponent. That one you can attack into their monster and do the damage. Yubel and the level 11, original Yubel and level 11, you do need the Nightmare Pain. But we also have Nightmare Pain now, so we are good to go on that front. They're going to negate and destroy our Mature Chronicle, which is definitely a-okay for us. Okay, we're actually linking here. We're going into SP Little Knight. Gonna activate Little Knight. Oh, because we have to get rid of the trap card. That's right. I didn't even think about that. I was not even thinking about the Radiance here. We still have to force that. Bringing back our Loving Defender. I didn't know that. I thought that brought back... Or is this Yubel while it's in the graveyard? No, it's bringing back a Yubel monster? It is Yubel monster. I thought it was Yubel specifically, but... Well, there we go. There we have it, wrapping up that game with the reflected battle damage. The double reflected battle damage off of both Loving Defender's effect and the Nightmare Pain effect. That's good stuff.
Thank you, Daniel, and everybody else who submitted for this viewer special. Very, very much appreciate it. It really, not just everyone who got featured, but everyone who did submit, because like I always point out, this series could not happen without you all participating and submitting and all that fun stuff. So it really, really does mean a lot. And I really look forward to seeing your future submissions. But that'll do it for this one. Let us go ahead and move on now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's again free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out, but more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.